do women actually enjoy sex? In a relationship, some people like they rush sex, like back.
Well, some people do, some people don't. Okay, some people just, you just want to like get there and do it and get over with. Why some people go through the process and it's like lengthy. Why some people, man, within Indomie is cooked. A friend of mine who was going through counseling and they were telling them different stuff. It was church that was telling them to do different stuff. So definitely those people over there, they know they are supposed to do different stuff. It ain't gonna be a bonus soup all the time.
Sip it up with Shay.
Welcome to another episode of Sip It Up with Shay, where nothing is too hot to handle or too sacred to sip on. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about a very intense one. Have you ever been questioned about topics like, don't say this on social media, don't say this about sexual abuse, about sex, about abuse, about infertility? And you know what I don't feel, but before we get into that, we are going there. There is nothing here we won't say, because this show is about sipping to truth. Nothing but the truth, nothing to hide. We're getting at it. For my left hand side, I have this beautiful lady. Please, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Mona.
And on my right?
Hello, I'm Mimi.
Okay, yeah, we're going to discuss about this topic. I want to ask, what are topics like displeasure, like sexual dissatisfaction, sex toys, masturbation, sex abuse? Why do people like talking about it? Who should I go with first?
Mona, do you want to go first?
Oh, please, be free.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
go there.
Certain people find it quite uncomfortable to talk about things like that. They feel like their reaction to certain things, people's judgmental nature will judge them if they complain, or if they say, oh, they're not sexually satisfied, or if they feel like, oh, they're doing this, but then they don't want people to look at them in some way and like, oh, you're really doing that? Like,
oh, I get that vibe.
They don't want people to like, know, okay, but then you're a good girl. Why are you doing something like that? Why are you practicing all of this? Why are you doing this? Okay, you're having sex. Wow, are you married? Things like that. So people do not want to be judged personally, but then they actually judge. You remember that trend, like, we listen, we don't judge. Yeah, we listen, we don't judge, but then, man, people are judging you already from their mind. They don't just say it out. So people are worried about what people will think of them. That's why certain people don't talk about it. But some people who are free to talk about it, they talk about it to those people who are close to them. Why some people are like, sorry, but some people are really like shameless. They will say it out. Anywhere, anytime, and they are proud and they're not ashamed to own up to this is what they're doing and this is how they do it and this is how they get satisfied or how they want to get satisfied. Some people do have that conversation with their partners and they tell them that, oh, I'm not sexually satisfied. Let's try something new. Let's do this. This is what we've been doing over time. So let's do something new. Let's spice it up. Why some men will be the ones to bring it up? Like, you know, your mates are doing all those things outside. Why are you not doing this? Let's try something. Let's be more feisty. Let's be spontaneous. Yes, that's the word. So it depends on how people really think. Really, or how they want to be. True. So that's basically it.
Mona, can I hear from you?
Well, for me, I feel it's just like an individual's, every individual's mentality. When you talk about something, everybody keeps looking at you and they're like, oh, seriously, who does this person think she is? Like, why are you doing stuff like that? I don't feel like it's everybody, it's just the mentality, most especially with Africans. This like you start saying, you probably just meet your friend and you're like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. Before you know what's happening, they go at your back and they start saying stuff about you. So this would actually lead to some kind of, can actually make one feel like very, very ashamed. Like, are you serious? Oh my God, she did this, she did that, she did that. I feel like basically generally it's just mentality. It's just the mentality of people, and then you knowing the kind of people you have around you. It could really bring like a change. I think when it comes to marriages, I think like most people just feel, oh, like if you're not satisfied with your partner, you're satisfied, or you're not having like sexual satisfaction. I feel you should talk to your partner about it. Just like Mimi said, you try something new, right? And you guys should just talk about it, and instead of you going outside and saying stuff like that doesn't really make sense, because you going out to say stuff just makes people feel, look at you like, why are you telling me? Why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me that? Why don't you just go in and settle your scores?
Okay. Yeah. But then, so people they're not satisfied at home, but then they go outside to get
satisfaction.
And it's crazy and it's funny because you're not satisfied. You're wedded to this person. Yeah. You agree to share, to communicate. I mean, before the whole relationship or before the marriage happened, you guys communicated in a way your dissatisfaction. So if you're not like sexually satisfied, I believe it's better to like, in a way, if you're going to feel uncomfortable, if you think the person is going to feel uncomfortable, in fact, the person should not even feel uncomfortable, because I mean, it's somebody you married, you have gone through the whole uncomfortable that you should go through. So you should be able to communicate with your partner and say you're not satisfied, you want to try something new. Or
but what if she cannot talk? Have you not seen a situation like that?
Like, okay, so I have this friend who recently got married. While she was going through marriage counseling, they did teach them all the whole sexual parts. Like, apart from the whole church thing, it was a church counseling. Mm-hmm. So they went through the whole online classes. They had this sex talk, and then before the wedding, they had like a physical class where the people counseling them were like putting themselves
sex talk, really,
in different positions. They were not actually doing it, but then they were putting themselves in different positions, and they were like showing them this is how to go about it. When she was sending me screenshots of what's like, there were different positions that were in the book.
Like
when they were having their online classes, she was sending me screenshots. I was like, really? They are like churches really? Are you shaking? And I was like, wait, is he a pastor? I said, no, pastor brought some people. Like, I said, oh wow, that's interesting.
That's deep.
So I mean, they have gone through the whole uncomfortable, and they have taught them. So you cannot say you are doing churchy. Well, it depends on which of the churches though.
Exactly, because I know
I don't want to call name of churches, but then there are certain churches that they'll just tell you go through the normal traditional style. We know what traditional style, I'm not gonna name it. But then
please, you can make it
okay, fine.
Nobody's going to police you.
So they're going to be like, okay, let's do the whole missionary style, but then it's just missionary. Okay, fine. But then don't be spontaneous, don't do this. If you do this, it's the act of the devil, you're being this. But then you shouldn't, if you're not satisfied, you shouldn't just keep it to yourself. You should tell your partner you're not satisfied and be spontaneous. I mean, you learn to experience and you continue trying new things. I mean, the whole love is not enough to give that satisfaction, and just being quiet is not going to give that satisfaction. My main problem there is people who are not satisfied, they go outside to get satisfied. And another worst part is that even if they're satisfied, they're still not satisfied. Human wants or desire is insatiable, so they will still want to go outside and like, oh no, I've been eating egusi, let me go outside, I'm going to eat one.
True. So, that's the truth there. Could you sip to that, please? That's your talk there. True to that. You. It's really getting interested. There's something I could tap from what you said there concerning satisfaction, getting it outside, and the pleasure. That means you really need to pleasure your woman, and likewise the man shouldn't be bound by religion, whether your church agrees to it. It's amazing. I'm really shocked. He said, I didn't know people do sex talks in churches, of which it should be encouraged. It doesn't mean you should go physical about it. You need to let people know, because there's something they go through guidance and counseling, and that area they love to avoid it. And surprisingly, I'm happy about this, that we could actually get that some churches are encouraging it. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more updates. Thanks for watching.